it's not. It's making the choice to do it for you, not for anybody else.
Right.
Right.
And that's another thing. I think another reason a lot of people wouldn't take the time is because they are so worried about it, about what other people will say. And it's usually the people that don't know you that would say something ignorant or stupid or just downright mean. But like you said, you said your give a shit's busted. My give a fuck has been busted, and I do not care. I do not care. Because if I had cared what people thought of me, I know there was people at that party that were like, "Why is that guy over there sitting by himself? And where did he go? What's?" I know that, and I don't care because the only person that matters at that party at that moment is me and getting myself right. Because if I'm not right, then I'm not going to be right. Then I'm not going to be right with anyone else. So that's why you always have to take care of yourself first. And sadly, that's what's the hardest thing to do, is to take care of ourselves and to listen to ourselves and to use our tools ourselves. But that's what this is all about. This is getting people to use the tools on themselves and then teaching other people to use the tools and getting other people into the same space that they are and getting it right.
And you did it for you, which I think is admirable. But in doing that, you really made it for the people that you knew at the party that were friends. They also had a good experience with it. Because if you'd have gone to the point where I'm just got to leave, or been upset or whatever, it would have kind of ruined the night for them too. The way you went about it, again, like I said, I'm proud of you for that. The way you went about it was you made everybody's night better. That matters, right? Your friends looked and said,
and
"Okay,
that didn't
he's just
even
taking some
cross
time."
my mind.
But if you hadn't, it would have crossed your mind.
Right, exactly. Yep.
Right. So, but that's the story.
On my mind the rest of the night.
Right. So that little bit of self-care helped you and everybody else that you were around. So it's super empowering.
Right. Yeah. And I hope that people see that, and if they have the same problem, like they could either talk to me about when they feel that way, or if even before they're feeling that way, just talk to me about what I do or why I do it. But at another party for Christmas, our friends had and I knew this was going to be a big party, so I was like, okay, I got to find kind of like a place I can kind of hunker down that'll be my spot next to a bunch of people I know so that I can control. So I had this game plan going in. Well, they had a big tent set up outside, and I went and sat down at the tent, and one of the guys that we're pretty close with came and sat down, and his wife came and sat down, and we just like bullshitted the whole night. Like there was nothing. I didn't get anxiety once because my whole focus was just on the three of us, and then when Ash would come out and all this stuff. Like having a plan also helps. Sometimes you can't plan for everything, but like if you know you're going to be in a situation that something might happen, then having a plan or a way to de-stress or de-anxiety yourself, I don't think that's a word, but hey.
It is now.
It's just such a helpful thing. Yeah, now it is. But it's just, sometimes it's little things like that, like knowing, okay, if I find a spot where I feel comfortable and I can find a spot around, other people that I know, then this will make the night a lot better. And it was a great night. I didn't have any kind of worry or anything like that. So it was just a good thing another good tool in the toolbox.
Yeah. That reminds me of when Kelsey was growing up. I think she did this several times when you were there too. But if she got into a situation where it's like, because she'd mess with people all the time, and it was kind of fun. But when they start messing back with her, she'd run to me and she'd touch me and say base. So anytime that she got into a situation where she thought, like it was uncomfortable for her, she thought she was going to get, Rebel Rouse or
You're going to
whatever,
save her.
she'd run over and she'd be like, base. So, I mean, creating your own base, right? Finding a place that says, okay, this is this is what, because it's a party for everybody, not just for the people that are loud and drink and social.
Right.
So you have to create that safe space for you.
Well, people ask, I get that question more than anything, I think, at parties, especially, I mean, I'm a big bearded construction worker. Why do you not drink? Did you have a big problem? Well, I never was necessarily an alcoholic, but I don't need to drink to, first of all, be a goofball and have fun. And second of all, I get to watch and remember everything you guys have done all night and not have a hangover the next morning. It's pretty awesome. I woke up well rested this morning.
There you go. So
it's just funny that question gets asked so much.
But it also, like, if somebody saw you that wasn't going to ask for help, in the near future, but they saw you do that and they said, well, now I can understand. I can do that, right? Without even asking or talking to you about it. Your example was something that they saw and said, oh, that looks comfortable to me. I think I could do that. And I think that's another way that this podcast, we want everything to trickle down into everybody having, some tools that they can use, making sure that they have a community around them that's positive and that they can talk to and they can ask for help. And these topics that we bring up are day-to-day things that we see, right? That's how we get our topics most of the time. It's just things experiential. And I think that's, again, it just like puts it on the layer of understanding that in the day-to-day situations, if something comes up, they can, hopefully they'll be like, oh yeah, I remember this on Man Myth. Right.
Yeah. And I hope that, I say this all the time, I hope it's just one person. Like, if I just help one person. And my depression was a huge thing. That's gone kind of to the way, I wouldn't say to the wayside, but it's gotten a lot more in control. And most of that has just been hard work and dealing with different situations. But my anxiety, I feel it's a tougher nut to crack, because I can't get it under control like I did yesterday, like last night, but sometimes it's just sneaky. So you just got to keep more of an eye on it. But yeah, I just hope we keep helping people, and hope people keep thinking about us and using their tools.
All right. Anything else?
That's it for me.
Okay.
I think I'm...
Call to action.
Think of a way to deal with one have to this week in a different way. Like Dad said earlier, find all your things you would choose to do that are on your have to list, and try to find one that's you wouldn't do if you could choose, and get that one sorted out. There's tons of different ways you can do things, so just try to get one thing out of your have to column.
That's just
what's yours.
Look at how things that we choose to do empower us. And just over the next week, just look at take a couple things that you choose to do and see if it's empowering. I think that's what mine is.
That's a good one. I like a lot. And just remember,
you are not broken, and you're definitely not alone.
You can see you.